If you're finding that your libraries are falling apart, you have to give more.
Anyway, then she kind of reverted back to her old self, and she does want more of your money for the system that she doesn't think works.
You know, a 90-day pause doesn't mean anything to anyone because people are, as you say, struggling with everything they're living with on a day-to-day basis. Now you know what we're fighting against. But I also believe that it's very important to remind people that now is the time for each and every one of us to suck it up and make sure that we know what we need to take care of. If you're in an area where the school district is losing, then you got to pay a little more taxes and you got to help the schools out. If you're finding that your libraries are falling apart, you have to give more.
Okay, so you can see she's still a little muddled there. She's talking about the 90-day pause as it pertains to the tariffs, obviously. She's talking about everyone struggling right now. Are people struggling more right now than they were struggling under the 4 years of Obama? I don't think so. I don't think so. Yes, the market is down a little bit. It was down a lot, then it really rebounded, and it's still down a little bit. That's true in the midst of this 90-day, as I said, rejiggering of the economy. That is absolutely true. But then suddenly what she connects that with is, oh, and if you live in a place with rough schools, you got to pay more taxes, as if this is what they do with everything, just throwing money at things. And it's not just throwing money at things, because if you want to just throw money at things, Whoopi, you don't need to pay taxes to do it. We checked, Whoopi's worth about 30 mil. I don't begrudge her any of that money, right? That's your cash, Whoopi. I want you to do what you want to do with it, whether it's the Ozempic or the weed or the hair braids. Go to town, lady. That's your God-given right to do what you want to do. But somehow you think that you have to have the government force you to give the money to the schools or the libraries? I don't know where you live. I assume somewhere outside of New York City. If the library's struggling in your community, can't you just throw them a little cash? Get the Whoopi Goldberg wing.